Good evening and welcome to Hearts and Hills. What a wonderful Thursday to be hanging out with your favorite girls in the whole wide world. Remember, you can always follow us, connect with us, join us live, or just check us out online at Hearts and Hills, the number one on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Follow us, like us, subscribe, join us. We want to see you. I'm one of your hosts, Shay Robinson.
Hello, and I'm Yolanda Kelly. And hey, Shay.
It's a Thursday,
It's a
right?
Thursday. We have pressed our way all the way through this week until today.
Yes.
So it's good to be back in the studio. Hey,
Yes.
last week we had a fun show.
It was so much fun, and I thought of so many things we could have said afterwards, but
Did
we're
you?
not going to go into it this time.
So last week we talked about fashions, have and the have-nots, and
Yes,
tonight Shay told me last week that I could not talk about hair, so we decided to have a whole show about hair.
hair,
Woohoo!
hair, and more hair.
We're gonna talk about hair tonight. Hair
Yes,
tonight. So y'all bear with me. My voice is kind of like it's screaming for some
she got
attention.
she got the raspy, blurry white voice.
Yeah, I do. So the title of this show tonight is "I Am Not My Hair," and for all of you,
The fun edition, by the way.
yeah, this is our the fun edition,
Yes,
and
yes.
so all of you know, right? Some years ago, Chris Rock, he did this documentary
Hmm.
about good hair. His daughter was like, "Dad, why I don't have good hair?" And so he
Hmm.
was like, what is good hair?
What
And
is
so
it?
he went and did this documentary about good hair. So we're gonna talk about, some good hair. We're gonna talk about some not so good hair that we think is not so good hair. So y'all don't be writing us and screaming at us because this is our opinion and ours only. And so we're
The
gonna talk
opinions
about
of this show.
we're gonna talk about that a little bit. And so one of the things like we wanted to first bring some education to our listeners first about just
Okay,
hair.
girl.
Yeah, I wanted,
All right.
I just thought
Educate us on tonight.
yeah, so like hair for the black culture is a culture thing, right?
Yeah, it
And
is.
it's a time. So there's like several things or several reasons why we look at hair, and hair is very important to us as a black culture. So
Hmm.
one of the reasons why hair is important to us is a bond. You remember like when you were a
Hmm.
little girl and you sat between your mom's legs and she did your hair? Like it was a thing. It was a
Yeah.
thing basically like on a Saturday night, or you had to get your hair done Saturday night for Sunday morning.
But most of our experiences were not pleasant ones.
Well, no, it wasn't.
I
But
wait, hold on, let me flip my hair. Cause my mom's a stylist, by the way.
yes,
Baba Jean out there.
yes,
She probably gonna be mad at me. But when she used to do my hair, I used to have to sit there and she had that comb, that hot comb, and she was
yeah.
trying to straighten my edges, and she would always blame it on the
The
oil.
grease, like Blue
Yeah,
Magic, because Blue
yeah.
Magic was a thing back then.
Oh my God, you did not do hair without Blue Magic. Like just globs of Blue Magic, but she would just press my hair and and I'm so tender headed.
So you were like probably
Mm.
antsy and probably turning your head and not being still,
That's what she
and you
said,
got
but
popped.
no.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
right.
yeah,
So
I
it's
got popped too.
that is not abundant experience.
That's that. Well, let me tell you, that is a bonding experience. You can remember that, right? And you made sure you didn't do what she didn't want you to do again because you were gonna get popped.
I hated getting my hair done then and now. I just they're too rough.
Uh,
I need
no,
gentleness.
it's because you're tender-headed. That's why.
I
But
can't
so
stand
okay,
it.
so one of the things that's one like in the black
I
culture
understand
is
that though.
having a bond kind of relationship, and
Because it's nothing like seeing somebody and she's like, oh, I love your hair, and then it just breaks down all the barriers. Like no
well,
one, everybody start talking,
yes.
or if you're pointing out that you dislike somebody's hair, and then you start talking. I mean, so it
Well,
really
wait a minute.
can.
So this is what I'm talking about. Not so much of that shade.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
talking about being raised in the hood, somebody sitting on the front porch and getting their hair braided. A woman or a man, okay? So that's
Okay.
kind of that bonding. Remember, like the
No,
brothers would be on
I
the
was
porch and you're picking their hair out and then braiding it
I
all
was
up.
I
So
was
anyway,
raised in the country.
okay, so that's one thing. And then the second thing is, and for our culture, it's a
Yes.
personal hair journey. It's like we'll chop it all off, and then we'll want to see if it's gonna grow back,
Hmm.
or whatever, but it's a personal hair journey to
Mhm.
see how our hair progress or what type of texture we can get, whether it's
Mhm.
kinky or the coils or
Yeah.
curly curl,
Yeah.
the loose curls. But that's another one. Then the other thing that we found out that is a family tradition. So it depends
Mhm.
on where you're from. It's a family tradition. I don't know if this is a family tradition or not, but I know when I was a little girl, every summer, every summer I would go down the street and get my hair braided. Now
Mhm.
to this day, I don't do braids that well. I did them recently,
Mhm.
but
They were so cute.
do you realize that I haven't had braids in my hair since I was a child?
I mean, but I used to love the braids because they would have those beads on them on the end, and you do
Yeah,
this, and
shake them
it's
off. Yeah.
clack clack. Oh, I
I'm gonna
loved
tell
it.
you, as a child, I did not like that. I would
Oh.
purposefully like shake them off, and they would put aluminum foil at the end or a rubber band at the end. We
Ah.
are so creative.
Aluminum foil.
You
I'm
remember
not.
that? Oh,
No, I had
well,
rubber bands on mine. I was bougie.
okay. So when you didn't have no money, we found a way how to keep those beads on your
Bougie.
hair.
We were bougie. We had rubber bands.
and so that was another thing why we did what we did.
Right.
Hairstyles represent freedom and value. So back in the
Mm.
70s, most people, if you kind of go back in the 70s and you do
Yep.
some research, you're going to see braids and afros,
Mhm.
and that was really, really popular. And it's coming back. Like, so,
Right.
some of it we haven't lost, but for those who have grew up in the 70s, that was the afro with the big
Right.
pig with the black power.
And they were really political statements too,
Exactly.
at different spaces. But yeah, I can remember that. I have pictures of my mom and my dad with big, huge
Oh,
afros.
wasn't it cool to see
Mhm.
them with those
Mhm.
afros? Like everybody had afros, and then braids. Braids were, remember good
Mhm.
times when Thelma,
Thelma, oh my gosh, she was like, yes, I love me some Thelma even to this day. Hey,
and
Thelma.
then it's also the community where you're from. So for Africa, it depends on if you're from a different tribe, your braids,
Oh,
it would be braids or dreadlocks.
different. Oh
Like, yeah.
wow, that's
So
interesting.
yeah, so it was like a kind of community thing too.
Identification.
Yeah,
Yeah, who
identification.
you are, your culture, your
Yes.
background. Where okay,
And so, like, if you knew if you was from a certain tribe,
yeah.
your braids would be in a certain design, and then like
Mm.
dreadlocks as well. Like, dreadlocks or something. So,
She got some stacks over here,
yeah.
guys.
So I was like, okay, I'm really impressed because I y'all, I came from a place that we had like really kinky hair, and then we transitioned from kinky hair. Remember when Michael Jackson didn't? I know this is gonna hit a lot of you all. Michael Jackson didn't like his hair, and remember he came and got the Jerry curl. So
Hmm.
like we really talked. So I remember having some long pretty hair, and I wanted a Jerry curl because my. Can you believe I had a Jerry curl?
You
I
did.
was cute because it was like I thought it was my natural hair. So I told people my hair is just like curly, but it was really a Jerry curl. And I didn't use all
Mm.
that, activator and all of that. But yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yolanda was around here lying to y'all about her hair. If you went to high school with Yolanda, that was not her natural hair. That was a curl. That was a Jerry curl. I can't believe you around here rocking a Jerry curl.
I was rocking the Jerry curl. Okay.
I used to want the wave, not wave Nouveau, but the really loose curls.
Yeah.
I really wanted those, but my mom would not do it because she said I was tender headed and it would get on my
Yeah.
nerves.
Nobody wanted to be fooling with you, Shay,
Well,
and all that. So
mm-hmm.
that was the Jerry curls thing. But like, listen, now here we are.
Ooh, unbelievable.
We're
Weave
here,
City.
and I mean, like, even in our culture, we want to understand why do we do what we do.
Let's talk
Now,
about it.
let's
I'm
talk
ready.
about why we do what we do when it comes to our hair. Now,
Okay.
I've seen some really cute and polished and cute styles. Then we have this extreme kind of approach that we're taking now.
I do want to talk about one approach. Finger waves. You remember finger
Oh,
waves?
girl, do I remember? I
And
still like figure waves. What's wrong? Is it out of style?
don't wear them. Well, I have our
I think
finger waves still in style. I say
yes.
no. Okay,
Finger
go.
waves are still in style, and I think that they were never because
Deep
it's like
waves are. body
What's the
body waves, but not
what's the
like
difference
you
between
remember the
finger
little
wave?
finger waves they used to do this.
That's cute. Well, I think it's cute when it's lifted, not plastered to your head.
Oh,
So like finger waves, let
oh,
me just say this.
lifted.
I think they're elegant. I think it can be very elegant. Not the ones that's plastered to your head, but the ones that are lifted and it gives you that soft look. I think
That's
those are really cute
different. I'm talking about
because
the
it gives me
ones
that
that's
French
gelled
style.
down and you can't move it for like five
I haven't seen
weeks.
anybody. I haven't seen. Listen, Shay is on. I haven't seen anybody with finger waves in a
I
long.
did. I
Now,
saw someone
last
about
time I
2 weeks ago.
look, it was on the Five
Don't
Heartbeats
don't
with
even.
Eddie. They got finger waves, and so he was like,
Nights like this. I will
"Raindrops will
fall.
fall." So
I love that movie.
so
Yeah.
Shay said no to
No,
waves. I say yes to finger waves. I just think it can be really elegant,
no. So I think
like
we
Lady Sings the
But
Blues
I
or
think
something
we're
like
talking
that.
about two different things because the body waves when where they kind of pick them up or they're very loose, but they're not gelled down.
Yeah, I think we are.
Yeah, now I could do those because those are soft and really that just creates a pattern. But when you have finger waves, I'm talking about kind where you do this to the
You
gel
just
and
doing
it
that because
sit.
you watched your mom
Yeah,
do
she
that.
would get that. She would go.
I don't know how to do that. I tried.
"Here
I can't do
we go."
my hair. Shay.
I wish I could see them and show you how to do finger waves. That's how you
Okay,
do it.
so what else? What else?
Okay. All right. So finger waves. Let's let them go. According to Shay. Yolanda said
According to
keep
you,
them.
I don't like them like that stiff stuff and that white, the white crusty, like the white
So let's just
gel that I
talk
don't
about
like
jail.
that.
Period. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's
Okay,
just talk about jail. Let it go.
gel.
Yeah.
No, I need gel to put down my push my edges down.
Does it
Yeah,
really put your hair?
yeah. See, like
Gel does nothing for my hair.
you got to get the right gel.
So what?
So
The
are
only
you
the
using
only look.
gel?
The only gel I know is Pro Style. That's
Oh,
all.
that's what she's doing. She used the Pro Style gel, and there's so much advanced gel. So don't be using the Pro Style gel. It's the black gel in the little clear
Yeah.
container, and it's black. So that's like so much water based, so it's not gonna hold your hair down. So
Okay.
you
So
probably want to use like um jam or you got so many other types of gel out there. You got to do your research. Now, some of that gel will cake your hair up and be white. Let me tell you,
don't
don't
do that.
don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't have white hair.
Don't have white hair.
I
If your
mean,
hair,
unintentionally.
yeah, if your hair is black, don't have that gel like running all the way down. I've
Or
seen
or
those
it's sticking on
sideburns.
your face, like you got your hair done, and it's all on your face. You can't wash your face because you don't want to get it. I'm like, don't do that.
Listen,
I'm sorry. Yeah, I know
so
y'all trying to keep these edges down because we in the edge generation now. Everybody want to have them cute and have them little swirls going down. I understand, but let's wash your
and
face after you put it on.
and some of that is not for everybody. Like that baby hair when you try to do your edges and you put so much baby hair out. Now, a person who's really bad is Portia. Portia on Atlanta Housewives.
She called later
I'm so
out.
I'm
Go
so
ahead.
tired of that baby hair. Look, she's not a baby. She's the old lady, and she don't need to be. Anyway, so we gotta move on.
She don't want y'all to have the baby hair.
I mean, baby hair is okay, but too much baby hair is ridiculous.
But what's too much?
When it's like past your forehead.
Oh, when you're trying to bring it down here
Yeah,
and everything.
that's not baby hair. That's just long hair that you need to stop. You need to stop and not make it.
We know that
Uh,
it's a weave.
so, like, we want
But I
to make
think
sure well, we want to make sure that we just kind of give you some stuff that we think that probably gonna work, and some things that was not gonna work when it
okay, here
comes
we
to hair.
go. I
Okay.
got something for you. Do not let me see the tracks on your hair when you got to weave in. Do not. I just saw someone did with that about 2 weeks ago. I said, why are we showing the tracks? Like the tracks don't belong on the outside. You're supposed to cover that up with other hair or get what they call it, a frontal or something. Do something, but I should not see your tracks. Like that is not part of the
Okay,
design.
and Shay, you're so right about that. I was like at a
I'm gonna
like
talk
I was
about
like
you if
at a
I see you.
restaurant, and I can't remember where, but the young lady who was taking my order, this is no joke, y'all. Her new growth from her weave was so massive that you I never no longer knew where the weave was supposed to start. Like those frontals, we're gonna have to do some work on those frontals. Frontals ain't for everybody. We talked about some last week. Frontals are not for everybody. I
Hmm.
definitely can't wear a frontal because I don't know how to take care of it. I don't know how to keep it laid down and pressed down. So if you don't know how to do hair like me, don't do frontals. Do a side 4x4 closure. Now I know hair because I
A
love
four by
hair.
four
Do a
closure.
4x4 closure. And,
Hmm.
and and let me just say this: weave is not to be worn. If you get it done in July, it should not be worn. You should not still have that same weave in September.
Hmm.
Okay? Let me make sure you get this message clear. If you got weave in your hair
In
and it
July.
was installed in
Hmm.
July, it should not be in your head today. Okay? So weave only
Go back
lasts.
to the doctor. I mean,
It only
the
lasts for
beautician.
6 to 8 weeks. Do not keep that weave in long. I know you're trying to watch your dollar, but this is the time. You take it out, you wash it, and you get it reinstalled.
Mm.
Do not, I should not see your new growth from him to her.
So you can wash weaves.
Yes,
Okay.
you can, if it's good now, if it's ratty tatty, it might roll up. It might not, you might can't blow dry it.
What what's the average cost of a weave?
My weave or somebody else's weave. I don't know. So,
Don't tell your business. Let's
okay,
talk
I'm
about
not going
some,
to tell my business.
but somebody else.
But the average cost, it depends on the bundle. So the average inexpensive cost per bundle will run you $60. And so remember, the weed the price is established by the inches. So if you have 16
Mm.
to 18 inches, that bundle will be $60. If you're gonna have 18 to 20 inches, that bundle is gonna run you like
I
80,
mean, but
$90.
everybody is walking around here with the inches, baby. So they spending
So
how much?
22 inches, 20 to 22 inches, gonna run you about $110, and that's on the low
And how
end.
many bundles do you need for a hair? Let me
Depend
calculate.
on if your head is small like mine or big.
Okay, let's go medium.
If you have a medium, you're
Mhm.
gonna typically you would have 3 bundles,
Okay, that's
and
three
so
hundred and thirty dollars.
that's
Okay.
about you good at that. And so if you're
Uh-huh.
gonna do a closure or leave out,
Uh-huh.
so if you're gonna do a closure, that closure is gonna run you about $120.
Okay, so that's $450
Yes,
just for the weave.
just for the
But
weave.
that's not styling it,
That's not
shampoo.
including the install or style.
So we call it the install. How
The
much is the
install.
install?
So it depends again. It depends on where you live. It depends on where you go
Okay, so
or who you go
let's
to.
just do an average. Come on.
So install may run you $100.
$100.
If
Okay.
someone is gonna wash, I'm not talking about you come there with your hair already shampooed. I'm not
Okay.
talking about that.
Okay.
I'm talking about a professional person shampooing your hair and
So
styling it.
$550
Close to $550.
at
Yeah,
the minimum
the
for
minimum.
20 inch.
Yeah, 20 to
Oh,
22. And some of these young girls are weighing it down like 24.
yeah.
So it
I'm
depends.
not doing that.
So, but listen, here's the fact. The fact is, you can, depending on how much money you spend on your hair. Now, if you go to
Hmm.
and beyond, so I can't say the name,
No,
but if you
no.
go somewhere
Please,
like
I
that,
don't like them.
so that weave is not that weave is not gonna last that long. Now, some of you are better than me, and you can make it last. You can boil it. You can cook it. I don't know what you do,
You
but what?
boil weave?
Yeah, you can boil it. You boil it to get
I'm
it.
getting a weave lesson today. Sorry.
So yeah. So if you don't want to do that, you can get crochet hair. Crochet hair is very inexpensive.
Oh, and it's so convenient, and I can tell you all about it,
Okay,
honey.
okay,
It's so
Shay.
many. Yeah, this is my world. I love me some good crochet hair. But let me tell you about crochet hair. You are not supposed to have it so tight to your head that it look like little braids. Okay, it's supposed to be cute and look natural. And when someone does your hair, make sure that they do your part small enough where it doesn't look like you got a highway coming down the middle of the side of your head. It's all about how you do it. Now, crochet hair pretty much is cheap. It's not going to be something that you keep expensive. And let me tell you, do not keep crochet hair in your head more than 6 weeks because it mats up. It's not really that cute after. It where the older it gets, the cuter it is. But about that 6 week, your hair all nappy underneath, and you need to get it done again. Mine been in 4 weeks. It's about time for it to come on out. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you clean it before, clean it after, and make sure whoever does your crochet that they're doing it so your edges won't come out. Like, don't have them pulling up in the back and in
Yeah.
the front, because it's a certain way you need to braid it. Braiding is super important. It depends. It helps you with the way your hair is laying. Like, you want to make sure that it's laying properly, and also don't have this big old stack of head. Now you have all these braids, but you don't have to crochet hair in every spot of your head. Make sure you do it in a way that it covers your braids, but it looks good. Okay, ladies. Now you can find some good hair. Don't do the color hair because the color hair look cheap. So make sure you go with the darker hair, and you can add pieces of the color because
That's
that
good.
makes it look better. Now I'm just trying to help you here
That
because
sounds like you know
I
what you're
know I
talking
know a
about.
little bit. I tried the color hair and it looks good the first 2 days. Then after that it goes downhill. But it's a really great tool. You just wake up in the morning. I mean, you really just all you do is twist it up, put it in a bonnet, and take it off. So here we go. Let's talk about this. After a while, everybody's hair, if you hadn't washed it, it starts to have a little smell. Get you some good hairspray. Or get you some body, and put it on here because you don't want to be stink. Let me tell you what you do to help with that. You wash your bonnet. Oh, I know I said something right there. Hallelujah. Somebody shout hallelujah. Wash your bonnets.
They're supposed to
Wash
be
it.
washed.
Wash it every week. Why do you do this? Because it keeps make sure you wash it some good smelling things so when you put it on, your hair won't be stank. Hallelujah. Somebody shout. If you smoke, wear your bonnet when you smoke so the smoke won't get in your hair and you just won't be everywhere in your smoke. I'm trying to help y'all. If you listen, I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you with the crochet. Now I don't know about the other hair, but I'm gonna help you with the crochet. Whatever you do, if you frying chicken and fish in the
Okay.
house, put your bonnet on. It didn't
Who
make
fries chicken and fish
I
in the
don't
house?
know, but just wash your bonnets because that's what's keeping these smells. You walking around flinging your hair, and people like, "Whoa, what's that?" Because it will stink. Am I right? It will
Well.
stink. Now I'm telling you, I don't like stinky hair. Don't want to
You
be
can
around.
smell it. If you could smell it, your neighbor can smell it. So,
Yes. Shoot, you go around. I do my hair like this. Take your hair, ladies, and go. If you smell something, just go and start spraying it. Get your bath and body, your blooms, and whatever you do, and put it on
it's
there.
hairspray. It's
It is.
perfume hairspray out there. If you want to
But
do
you
that.
have to be careful because you don't want to make it too thick and then it'll mat up. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to mat it up. So just do some light sprays to keep it light, okay? It's important that you get these protective styles if you don't really like doing hair. That's me.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
me. I don't. I mean, people think I have like really good hair. Um, I think it's good.
Cause she got a Jerry curl.
I think it's good, but I
Listen,
don't like it.
listen. Let's talk about these wigs.
Wigs are really nice and they have been around since back in the day. So wigs are very popular. So remember in the 70s they wore wigs. So a lot of times people had the little poof ball afro wigs. It was really really cute.
Okay, true
So
story.
wigs that haven't gone out of style.
True story. I wore some bad wigs because I didn't know what I was doing. Don't wear no bad wigs. Go let somebody fix them. Go let somebody help you make them look good. Buy them wigs off the internet, but when you buy them, you gotta do some special things to them. Sometimes you have to put a little baby powder in them. Sometimes you put a little color, makeup stuff. You have to do little tricks till you get your whole child. I just do all kind of stuff. When I found the wigs that I like.
Right.
Oh, I had this one wig. Everybody thought it was my hair. It was the best wig ever. But it was not my hair. I did so much too. I was on YouTube and every place else looking up ways to make the hair look natural. When you're wearing wigs, it is important that you do things to the hair. Don't just come out here with this shiny synthetic hair. We know it's not yours. The purpose of wigs is to help make it look natural to your head. So just
But you
make
got to
sure.
protect your natural hair when you wear a wig. So you want to braid your natural hair first and then make sure you have something protected from
Mm-hmm.
that wig because it will break your hair off. So make sure you do
Yep.
that. And then wig has
Mm-hmm.
an expiration date. So
Uh,
again,
Actually, technically, no.
but let me
That
tell you,
yes and no. So they do because they can get mad and nasty and ugly.
if you wear it, like if you don't properly maintain it,
But they do. Let me help you, ladies, because they have wig washes. They have wig. They have
okay.
wash and
And this is for human hair, right?
yeah, yeah. I mean for synthetic hair too.
Okay.
They have actual shampoo that you can use to wash and spray down the wigs and rejuvenate the wig. You have to rejuvenate. Say it with me.
Rejuvenate.
Rejuvenate the wigs so they can look good again. Because at one point they look good, and then over time they start looking bad with
Mhm.
anything.
Okay, and then two, remember they have an expiration date. So you that means that you
That's where
cannot
stop
wear
wearing
it
them.
all the time unless you what rejuvenate the wig.
Yes,
Let's
thank
say
you.
it good
Yes,
like that.
yes.
And so, okay, this is what I really want to say too.
Okay, go ahead, girl.
I know we're in this fashion world that
Mm-hmm.
we think everything goes like blue and orange and green. I was watching Love and Hip Hop, and that Rashida, she loves her color wigs.
Mm,
Color wigs have its place, and it's not in the workplace. Okay,
mm,
I don't
mm.
unless you are a clown. I ain't,
Speak on it.
listen.
Speak on it.
Unless you are in the fashion design world and you don't have an 8 to 5, a clock in and clock out. I don't care where you work. Unless you don't, I mean, unless you're in fashion, in the fashion industry, okay? Or you don't love hip hop and that's what they pay you for. Color has its place. We shouldn't see like little, smurfettes running around here with blue hair. You weren't born. Who has blue hair? Who has burnt orange hair? Who has purple hair? I know it's your fashion. I know. Unless you in that type of, I don't. If you're a hairstylist and you do funky stuff, that's the
That's it.
industry.
That's representing
Yeah,
what you
what you
do.
do.
Hmm.
I'm not saying that. What I am saying, if you got a professional job, if you're a
And
nurse,
you got green hair.
a doctor, and I just, mm,
So, do you think people are judged by their hair?
yes.
Why? 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 Why?
Society has put this label on us according to how we look, and the first dimension of a woman's body really is her hair. So they come from your head all the way down to your
So, when you
toes.
see someone with blue hair, what are your thoughts?
I'm thinking, what does she do for a living? That's the
Mm,
first thought. And I was like, surely. And if I was in a hospital or something, if I see a nurse walk in, I'm going like, I'm just gonna immediately say, I don't think that's professional. So
mm.
so my immediate thought is, what does she do for a living? Rashida, and I mentioned her, she's on TV. She ain't got no 9 to 5. She got her bag already.
She
We got to get
does.
to a point that we can get
She
our bag.
rapping. She
And
rapping
so,
and
I mean, like she would have on blue, green, purple, red. It's amazing. And so, all the colors of wigs she wears, that's, I mean, that's like I said, it's a place for it. If you decide to do that and going out, you can do it and going out. But as your job, I don't think it's professional.
like red, blue, green,
I
orange.
don't. Yeah,
But what about blonde? Yeah, I
it has
brought
its place as well.
it has this place.
I just what I can't imagine is why we do what we do. I don't know why we do what we do. And I think blonde hair or platinum, that is pretty
Hmm.
and it has its place as well. And you got to have the right skin type or skin pigment to pull that off
You really
and to look
should.
authentic and natural.
So don't think we're
I'm not
color.
against it.
Look, hold on. Don't think we colorists and colorism and all that stuff
Oh
because
yeah,
we're not talking
we
about
might
that.
get in trouble for
But
that too.
there are different skin tones. If you go to someone who's a specialist in hair color, they would tell you that there are different tones and different things pick up your skin color. So make sure you go. But I think ugh, get together. I like colored hair.
I do too.
I do. I love me some deep red, dark red. I love those things like that. But I just think it all has its place. Like you just have to, every hairstyle isn't for every event, everything, So ladies, sometimes you pull up your hair because you think it's for this specific event. So
Right.
you have to remember that about other hair things. So hair colors, things like that. So natural hair, nappy hair. Is there such thing as nappy hair?
I don't think it is. I don't think there's a such thing as the nappy hair. But what
Mm-hmm.
I do think is that we can take our natural hair and make sure we, if we're going natural, and natural means without chemicals,
Mm-hmm.
um, no or very little products. I think that natural hair can be very pretty. And so, but there are some myths about natural hair.
All right, let's talk about them.
Okay, so one myth is that we think that because it's natural, is no, we can't be versatile with our hair. Now, I've seen some people who have natural hair,
Hmm.
and it's like matted, where you, where it's like when you fell asleep last, at night, and you never like puffed it or fingered through it or something, and it becomes unattractive.
Shine it.
I'm gonna tell you, I was on the plane not too long ago, in the um airline stewardess.
Hmm.
She beautiful girl. She had this natural hair, and y'all, I could not believe it. I hadn't seen it ever in my life. Beautiful, and she had this afro, and she had like gunk, a white residue coming from her hair, and it was like not well groomed. Natural hair can be really well groomed if you maintain it. If
Mm.
you can't just say I'm going natural and let it stick to your head, and then put products in it and don't really moisturize, and white residue is coming
There,
from it.
let me
That's
tell
just
you,
not cool.
we have to get
And
a
lint
hair.
coming from it, that's not
We're
cool.
gonna have to get a hair care specialist on here to talk about natural hair because there is a lot to it. I am natural. My hair, I
I'm
have no
natural.
chemicals in my hair. Hence the reason I wear these crochets because it's easy for me to manage. I cannot manage that afro. It is too much. I thank God for my thickness. I thank God
You
for
have
the
beautiful
length.
hair.
I love it, but it's not. I'm not one of those girls that like to really deal with her hair all the time. And this is Shay, by the way, because Yolanda, she bougie, so she like. So I just like things where it's simple. I can get up and get moving, but it is really a lot of work. Listen, I love it. I'm with you. Let's not let it look nappy. I don't have time for that. And when I say look nappy, matted up, like no
Yes,
care, and that's
that's not. That's what.
dry. Brittle, look like it's about to fall off. And you have to really take care because your hair can actually mess up when you're natural too.
And for those who are just tuning in to Hearts and Heels,
Yep.
we're talking about I'm not my hair.
Yes,
Why is it important? And we're really on the subject right now of natural hair. And
natural
we
hair.
talked about one myth that we think that sometimes we think is not versatile. Another myth that we have is that our hair doesn't grow. In its natural state, your hair does grow. You have to maintain or have a maintenance routine, shampoo, condition, and that helps your
Yeah.
hair to grow.
Yeah, I don't know why that is a myth because it does. That's hence the reason I love from a relaxed hair. My hair was so thin. And
Damaged.
you could really see through my hair. So I knew at that point that I had to do something different, right? So I went natural. Now, going natural was a really hard stage because it was really thick and then it had these thin ends. But I listen, do what you like, just take care of your hair.
Well,
Cause I think having relaxers in your hair is just as pretty if it's healthy, if you take good care of it. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, go natural. You let those chemicals do what you like.
but I think when you have natural hair, you really have to educate yourself as what type of products, because we have so many types,
Yeah, you
hair
have all
texture
these
types.
different
You like
curls.
have the tighter coil, you have the looser coil. It's different types. I mean, like my hair in the natural state, when I wear it, like in the coil state, it's really
Girl.
pretty. Now, let me tell you, I, for one, I love it, but I don't like taking care of it. And so when you see me with it in the natural coily state, I had to find the right products, and I had to order some special products in
And
order
let
to give it that look.
and let
And
me
then
tell you, natural hair products are too expensive.
they are very expensive.
Too
You
expensive.
have to find what fits you. And it
By the
takes
time
trial
you
and error.
by the time I spend all the money on that, I guess I could get me one of them $450 weaves.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Another myth about natural hair that is not strong. It is the best
Yeah.
hair strength doing it, without those chemicals.
You
Even
just
in my
have to.
natural hair, I have color in my natural hair.
Me too. I do have a little brown, but you have to detangling stuff.
Yeah, that helps.
That helps you from it tearing apart and breaking off your hair. But no, that's a misconception.
So I did the big chop about what? Now it's been 7 years
So you
ago.
did the chop.
I did the big
Okay.
chop, and I was rocking a little short afro. Okay, I was rocking it in the privacy of my own home.
what she said. I didn't see one
You're not
picture.
gonna see. You're not gonna see. And so I did the big chop, and now it's about the length of my hair that you see now. And so
So my hair that
that
you
you see now.
see.
But once my hairstylist pressed my hair, it is super duper gorgeous. And I'm about to let y'all see that. But once it's pressed, you don't
Yeah.
know that it's natural.
So I have this problem. I love getting wearing my natural hair, but I sweat in my head so bad that if I wear it, it's just gonna draw back up and it looks a mess. So I just don't do it.
But I just want you to
And
know
working out
this
is more important for me
natural
right
hair is
now.
perfect, is good. We have gone to this, era that we're wearing more of natural hairstyles. We're wearing braids and dreads now. I don't know why I went there with
No,
dreads,
I don't want to talk
but
about the
I mean, dreads
dreads.
are beautiful for those who will keep them up. You have to maintain.
Get them
The
cut.
key
Get
is
them
to know
washed. Get them
maintain whatever style you have. You gotta maintain.
maintain.
Shay's word tonight was rejuvenate. My word is
Maintain.
maintain.
All
Whatever
right.
style you have, if it's weave, if it's the natural state, you have to maintain it. You can't just let it wake up and think you're cute. Now, sister, I love you. I love you. I love you. But we can't just let you continue to run out here and error.
Get your stuff and
Don't
twist
have
it
it
up.
packed down. And then if you got those dreads and sister locks, they are gorgeous.
Oh,
I
they are. I love
admire,
them.
yeah, I admire sister locks and dreads, but you gotta maintain it. You can't
Rejuvenate and maintain.
you can't let it just you can't just be wearing them all like willy nilly. You still got to spend money on hair.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's no substitution. No substitution for it. So
We're done with the myths? Okay.
yeah, we're done. I don't have anything else to say.
So listen, kids and weaves, little girls and weaves.
What you trying to say?
Braids, I understand. Weaves, I do not understand.
What's the difference though?
Braids, they're braided up so that you can, but full weaves like $450 weaves.
They probably don't spend that much money on weaves
But
for
even
little
if it's
girls.
$250,
So what? I mean, what are you saying though? Are you saying that it's not acceptable,
no, it's
or it's
not
like,
acceptable.
why isn't it? Are you saying they're too young?
Yes,
Why? I mean,
we
if you're gonna
5.
enhance the baby's look, so what? Okay, first of all, let's talk about the
Well,
age
hold
group.
on.
What age group?
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, 13. So 14 maybe, but 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and
They
12.
can't wear a wig on Easter Sunday. What about
No,
what about taking picture day?
no, that's too much.
I have no problem with kids wearing weave in moderation. I don't. Your weave, the baby weave, shouldn't be longer than my weave. That's all I'm saying. I have no problem with
You
that.
comparing weaves?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If the
No,
baby
weave.
weave is like
I'm
color
sorry.
and you looking like that baby looking like
Maybe
Beyonce
maybe
little
I'm a
sister,
prude.
I don't
Maybe I'm a
know.
prude or something,
I
but
don't know. Look. What? I have no problem with it.
all right.
What's the big deal though, Shay?
I just think it's inappropriate. Let them be kids. I mean, they have the rest of the life to get weaves
But
and.
okay, so kids are being teased because of their hair. Now, say for instance, if
But that's because we have gone into this world of just buying weaves for our children. Like, why? How did we get here?
but I remember growing up, we teased kids if your hair was too short, or if it was kinky, or if it was long. People, these children are being bullied for their hair. So
But I think
maybe it's one
I
of
think they're
those.
bullied anyway. And if you,
No,
I think kids are being bullied anyway, which we need to talk about. But they're being bullied anyway. But putting some weave in the hair just to make them acceptable. What are we teaching them like at 5 and 6 that okay, so people won't tease you, you need to get a weave?
okay. So like when I say weave, I'm saying moderation, right? And so in my mind, it's like you don't even know the baby got weave in her hair because she's so pretty and it looks so nice. And so maybe, you know, all of us are not fortunate enough to have like nice, long, pressed
So
out
so
hair.
why not just teach them at that age to love what they have,
Good point. Good
and
point.
teach them how to, design it there. Not to say that they don't have a desire for it and they don't want it, but I think that's one of the reasons why we in this BBL stage of life, because people have always attempted to, they have always tried to, um
Be acceptable.
right, and accepted by others, and
Yeah.
men to the culture, instead of just being who you are. We have got to learn to be who we are. And if we're teaching our young girls at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 that, hey, we're gonna put some weave in your hair so you can be accepted,
No,
so we're
I
gonna
don't
talk.
think it's like that. You making it sound like we putting it.
But
No,
why are we
what if
doing
it's
it?
in there for you, for the parent to manage it better? What if they put it in there so it's easier
But
to maintain?
a weave, now braids I get, but a weave,
Braids are still weave.
yeah, but a weave. Well, we got that.
I just don't
We
see the
we
point.
got the flat iron, and I got to pay $450, 250 because it's kid
Yeah,
size.
kid size.
A mess.
I mean, hey, to each is to his own.
All
Like,
right, so some of y'all with Yolanda, go for it, but those with me, don't do it.
hey, drop me a message if you for weed for babies. Send us a message. Say, or if you're not like Shay, drop us a line or two and let us know.
I know you are not, so don't worry. We don't have to. I know they with me. Listen, let's talk about it. So last week I promised that we were gonna get to it. Eyelashes, eyelashes.
What is going on with eyelashes things, y'all? I never seen so many bug eyes. I never seen. Look, eyelashes. Why? Let me ask you. Why eyelashes gotta be longer than your eyelid? Why your eyelashes is about the length of your hair? why? Why your eyelashes? When I look at you and you blink, I just see bugaboo all over you. Why? Why? Why it
Why
gotta
the
be so
eye,
long?
why the eyelashes touching your eyebrow? Let's start there. If that,
So what? Okay, first of all, is it because of Betty Boo? I don't know. So how did long lashes get here? That's the question I have. How did
did we get here? We were not supposed to be here.
Shay, y'all? She's singing. I cannot hold a tune. So that's Shay.
I'm just trying to figure it out. Like, listen, eyelashes has its place. Everything has its place. Everything in moderation. My husband said all the time, whenever he ministers, everything is in moderation, right? Nobody's telling you not to do anything. But if you can barely hold your eyes open, let them go. If that glue on so thick that you don't have any eyelashes when you take those eyelashes off,
What happened? Like I don't remember seeing this generation. I mean, everything has gone back to like when I was a kid. So I don't ever remember seeing eyelash world being this way.
I
What
don't know.
happened?
I don't
Who
know.
said that it was okay?
I don't know who brought this style in.
Somebody did it. Who did it? Who did it? Because
Yeah, I don't get it.
I, y'all, this is no joke.
Get you some
I'm
good eyelash
like,
stuff.
again, you know how you go to restaurants or whatever, and you're trying to talk to a person, and they go, "May I take your order?" And then the lash, like all the way down, like it's hanging down, and
or or
you
it
just
fall
hold
off.
your head like under, like how you hold your head sideways. It's like I just need to see your face because the
Or you
lashes are
or
covered
you
up.
can't even see their eyes because
What is it?
I don't know. Mm,
It's
I
it's
don't do
it's
it.
stuck on crazy. I feel like this stuck on crazy when your eyelashes look like spiders because they look like big spiders.
They do. They do. My son, my 8-year-old, saw this lady. She had some really long eyelashes on. And he was like, "Oh my God, does she have a spider on her face?" I said, "No, she doesn't. And I need you to shut up." Because he was really loud, but she really did look like it was spiders on her face. And then she had the kind that they gather in certain spaces. Like they go across and it's like one and they gather.
Okay, so we just want to let you know tonight is the night. Tonight is the night
No
that
more
we must
eyelashes.
share that whoever it is, Wearing these eyelashes that are massive, long, and you can't close your eyes, and you can't barely see your way through, and you thought you was going through a storm. You're not. It's not a storm. It's
It's
those
not
lashes.
eyelashes.
Just get some glue remover and take them off and do some small lashes. Don't wear
Yeah.
those lashes no more. Put them things in the trash can.
And get the individual ones. I heard those are really great.
Yeah, but they can be pricey. So
Oh, okay.
yeah. So just you
Bougie.
can get you a little strip for $4, I think. You go to the hair store and get a little everything in moderation. Get the small strips. Don't get the huge lash. Quit them
So
folks
the
out of
purpose
business by not buying them.
so the purpose is to make them thicker,
The purpose of what? The
getting
lash
eyelashes.
is to enhance the eyes. Enhance the eyes. Enhance your look, your face. Now you can do too much enhancement and then you look crazy.
Yeah, too much.
Like somebody from the Addams family.
Mm.
The Addams family.
Yeah, it. Yeah, I remember it. You can tell, don't age us anymore. We've talked about age. Listen, here we go. Body hair. All things hair tonight. Hair fun. Body hair. Okay. So some people do not shave their legs. Some women don't shave their legs. Fine. Do whatever works for best for you. Some people don't shave their armpits. Let's shave the armpits. You can keep your
What?
hair legs.
Well, that's might be a culture thing now. Like, why would you, if it's a culture thing, then you're not gonna expect someone who,
What
cultural.
culture?
There are cultures who do not believe in hair removal, and they don't believe in soap. They believe in the natural body um, pheromones. Yeah, I'm
No,
not. I mean, like,
no
to each
soap.
is to his
Whoa,
own.
whoa, whoa.
Yeah,
No soap.
no soap. You just take a bath, but you don't put those toxins in your body, so you don't use soap because it's considered to be a toxin, and so they don't generally like to use
But yeah,
fragrance.
don't you, when you have hair under your arms, like it holds the moisture and the musk.
Well, that's like your natural pheromone, and so that natural pheromone
It
drives.
smells good.
I didn't say that it smelled good. I'm just saying that it's a
Okay.
natural pheromone, and for people who like their own natural body scent,
Are we supposed to walk around like this?
yeah, some people do. They do walk around, and it's okay because it's them. It's their culture, and
I
we have to
mean,
learn to
but
appreciate.
they don't get all natural soap and all natural to
Uh,
create their
I
own.
look I don't know if you remember this. Now this is really telling my age. We used to have this soap called Oxagon soap. It was brown in color. You remember
Mhm,
that?
mhm.
And we used to take baths in that Oxagon soap because we didn't want my mom didn't want us to have all those perfumes and toxins in
Right.
our bodies. And so I don't know if they still have that. Do they still
I
sell
don't know,
that
but I
soap?
don't do that kind of soap either. I don't like all the perfumey stuff, anyways.
Yeah, I like that
Just
non.
plain,
Yeah,
non-scented, yeah, stuff. Yeah,
yeah. And I mean,
but it is soap.
the older I get, the more I have to stay away from all these scents and stuff
Mhm, mhm.
because it really mess up like one
But
your body pheromone
but
and your pH levels. Shay's over here. She's stuck, y'all. She's stuck trying to figure out these people that don't
I'm
shave and
just
stuff.
saying, but you gotta have deodorant on, right?
Again, it depends on your culture. Yeah. So we were born and raised in a culture that we wear deodorant and we take baths and stuff. But all people are not alike. And some people like to I let me make sure I make this declaration. Okay.
As
I
for
don't
yarn,
like body hair, period.
okay.
Period. So I'm not talking about myself.
Your
Because I
mustache,
don't like body hair. Period.
you don't like mustache. You don't like to have a mustache.
I like mustache.
Not for
No,
women.
no. If you got a mustache, you a woman. I can't barely talk to you. I'm gonna be like, what up, what I'm gonna say, I
Take it.
can't remember what I was saying because I'm too busy looking at them. Please, Sister Mabel, you got a mustache? Wax it off. Like I don't like mustache and beard on a woman.
Go get your razor and just
No,
comb.
I don't think you're supposed to use a razor. Call me. I'll tell you what you need to do. Hey, drop me a note.
No
I'll
hair.
help you out.
Yolanda had no hair.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, I don't like. I don't. We don't do hair. But now, if it's your culture, that's your thing. But underarm hair is a no for me. Is it a no for you, Shay?
Yep. No, I mean, just shave it. Especially if you're gonna wear like a sleeveless shirt and you gotta show it. Just shave it. You know,
All I can
because it
see.
looks so much cuter. I
Yeah.
mean,
What about the hair on your legs?
I prefer to shave mine, but I am super hairy, so I have to make sure that I shave all the time.
You
But some
shave or you wax?
no, I shave my legs. I don't wax my legs because wax doesn't work on my legs. It's so crazy.
Hmm.
But I have to shave more often. So sometimes I let a little hair, but I've seen women with hairy legs that, I mean, that's your own preference. But I'm gonna tell you, no mustache, no,
For women now, she's talking about for women.
and like hair on your chest.
What?
You
Who has hair on their chest?
women ha-
Oh my
women can
goodness.
have hair on their chest, like right here. With
Oh, if you got that, you ought to be. You are.
no, when
Fashion police gonna come and get you.
no, it's some of the culture. It's some culture. I
And
did
that
that.
ain't no culture thing.
I
That's just
did that.
that's lazy. That's lazy if you work around here. I know you ain't got no man. Cause they gonna figure out who the
The man might like it.
oh that's disgusting.
You've never seen a woman with hair on her chest
I
before?
think I have, but I just
Yes.
don't want to remember it.
Listen, we've been talking about all things hair. I am not my hair tonight. We have just been having a good time talking about weaves, wigs, hairstyles, colors, natural hair, eyelashes, kids and weaves, and skincare and body hair. We have talked about hair, and mohair. So, what we're telling you is to take care of yourself. You have to ensure that you are giving yourself all the treatments that you need. Now, we say things in good fun because we want to make jokes and really be light about these things. But there are a lot of hair no-nos out there. Comb your hair. Don't leave the house with your hair uncombed. I know Monique had y'all going crazy a little while ago when she was telling y'all not to wear the bonnets in the airport. I completely agree with her. I think bonnets have their place. I think head wraps are different than bonnets. You can have the little head wraps, little scarf wraps,
That's
and wear
cute.
that.
But
But
them bunnies got to
but
go.
bonnets, they have their place, and usually that's at home. I really don't think you should be wearing a bonnet. But hey, I think everything is your choice. But
Why do we do it? Why? Why do we do it? Why do we go out the house with a hair bonnet on and pajamas and house shoes? Why? To the child's school, to the grocery store. Why? Why do we do it? I don't get it. Like I know I feel like it's a culture thing because I only see my folks doing it. I haven't seen anybody else. But like, yeah, I was Monique just went off and she should have. But I think sometimes people know better, they just don't do better.
I don't really know what was the argument. Like the people who wanted to wear their bonnets, I'm not sure what their argument was or what their reasoning was. I do think our bodies are our bodies and we can do whatever we want. But I do think in certain places you should be presentable.
Yeah, we did not talk about perms though, Shay, because I think we have it's a large portion of our culture has gone away from perms. However, there are still, people who like to have their hair perm. And so remember we talked about the kids and I talked about being bullied, but perms
Um,
and then depending on if you're in the corporate world how you are received. Remember,
mm,
I'm just saying that we receive. What do you think? who will be received mostly? A woman who walks in the office with straight hair, or a woman who walks in the office with braids in her hair? Come on, let's just be honest. Because we look at culture, we look at where we're from and how we are most perceived in the corporate world. So it's kind of like
But I think we have to fight.
we fight for so much.
So this is it. This is my two-sided place in here because I do think there are times where you have to be acceptable in certain situations, but I also think we have to fight the norms because what people have defined as normal and acceptable, it's not necessarily normal and acceptable. It makes you feel comfortable, but I could be just as intelligent with braids. I could
Right.
be just as intelligent with an afro. I could be just as intelligent.
With
I think
dreads.
with dress, but I think where the problem comes is that sometimes we don't take care of those things to make it presentable, which makes it that much more to overcome. It's just like even when you have straight or relaxed or perm hair, you have to take care of your hair when you walk into those spaces. So I think it makes it harder. So I'm actually of the opposite. I think you can keep your braids, you can keep your dreads, you can
Right.
keep your afro, you can keep those things. You just have to do it in such a way that it doesn't become a hindrance to your future and a hindrance to your next. Or you wait till you get to your their place and then you can kind of play with it a little bit so that you could broaden the horizon of the place, people that are around you. So if you walk into an environment and they say, oh no, we don't want afros, you may not need to walk in there necessarily at a certain position if you're trying to get here. So it all depends on your purpose, your destiny, and kind of where you are in that position. But I do think once you get into those leadership places, you can start
Very.
breaking some barriers and really tearing down the strongholds of what has been culturally accepted by everyone, because your culture does not define should not one culture should not define what is acceptable for everybody.
Everybody.
And that is what's happening, even in corporate America. And I've worked in corporate America and I understand why there are certain things there. I'm just telling everybody, just be strategic in everything you do when it comes to wearing your hair, wearing certain outfits.
Last thing we didn't talk about,
Okay.
no hair. What about women with no hair?
Oh,
And
I
it's
love it.
and it's not, it's just the part of that's what they want to do. Some,
I think it's
decide, because
I think it's
remember,
so bold. I th-
Tiffany Haddish
oh
just
yeah,
shaved all her hair off, and she just said she wanted to see her hair look like
yeah.
bald. And so some people are just going bald and shaving it, and I find it to be very attractive. On
Hmm.
some, it's really pretty. So what do you think about?
I think it's bold and brave. It's not necessarily something that I would do, but what it does is take off because sometimes the because hairs on our head, it has become our definition of our beauty.
Hmm.
We put so much emphasis on our hair. My hair is long, so I'm pretty, or my hair, I could do this with it. So we put so much emphasis on it. So when you take away those things, you really start to look at yourself differently and really see your beauty for what it is. So I think it can be. But it's again, hair is a great discussion to have. You can talk about it in so many different ways. I'm going to tell you, ladies, be careful. Do what you need to do in your own settings, but in everything that you do. When we talked to you last week about your body and the clothes, and this week we talk about the hair. What we're telling you is
And last year,
give your
started like,
best self. Give your
yeah.
best self, and don't overdo it. Give your best self.
Because people, even though we don't like to, but people judge you immediately.
Oh
They
yeah.
judge you the moment they see you, and
Um,
they can pretty much, and it is not about, for me, it's not about your hair, it's not about your clothes, it's about what's in your head. That's just at the
But
bottom line.
sometimes we
But
can't get
we
there.
I gotta say, but we gotta be able to get there. Thank you, Shay. That was a good one. We gotta be able to get there.
Yes, yes. Well, listen, come back next week. We have great shows planned for you in the month, in this upcoming next few shows. So make sure you tune in. We have enjoyed you tonight. I'm Shay. I'll see you guys next week.
I'm Yolanda, and I will be talking to y'all really soon. I want y'all to remember this. Whatever you do it with all your heart. And if you can't put your heart in it, put your heel on it and walk away. Good night, and thanks for joining us.
Good night,
Good night.
everyone.